Canada's premiers were shaken today by the news out of Ottawa, but they vowed to work together as provincial and territorial leaders to provide the political stability Canada needs. Hal Sweeney was at a meeting of the premiers in Mississauga today aimed at discussing Donald Trump's tariff threat, and he has the story.
The premiers were meeting to put together a response to U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's threat of 25% tariffs on Canadian goods. But the news about Chrystia Freeland was a stunner, with the chair of the meeting, Premier Doug Ford, saying they're all concerned.
Well, I think we all are, but again, this is a time for the premiers to step up, which we're going to, and project unity across the country.
And they say the Americans are waiting to see what they do.
We're in a very tight spot, and so I think for us, whatever happens in Ottawa, again, will happen, but we'll stay disciplined. Today was about a structured approach on how we will reach out to our counterparts. I have talked to folks in the U.S. today. They're watching what's happening. There's concern.
After meeting for a few hours, the premier said they'll do what Trump wants. Focus on security along the Canada-U.S. border and boosting Canada's financial contribution to NATO.
The goal will be to avoid tariffs being implemented altogether.
But there was no mention of the retaliation Premier Ford has suggested, like cutting off energy sales to the U.S. or banning American alcohol from the LCBO.
Not backing away whatsoever. We have to stand up for Canadians. We have to stand up for each jurisdiction. But as a country, we can't be rolled over.
With a tariff war looming, the premiers focused on the federal government's role. Their final statement says the imposition of tariffs by the U.S. would be a significant failure on the part of the Government of Canada. Instead, they say the provinces and territories will work together to protect Canada's interests. The Premier said today that he's going to Washington in February to meet with senators and other members of Congress in this new era of President Trump. And he says the premiers are now the ones standing up for Canada.
As a country, we have to project strength, unity, and you said the word, I didn't, but I'll repeat it. It's chaos right now up in Ottawa, and it's time that what we do every single day, the premiers, we step up and we'll make sure that we tell the world that there is stability here.
Premier Ford, as chair of the Premier's Council, is talking about Fortress Can-Am, Canada and the U.S. working together. He says the provinces and the territories will make that happen if Ottawa won't.